Hello, Lesson Bush family. It's your girl, Lady Empress. It's that time. I am going live tonight, and I am going to talk about what Christmas means to you. So I will give everybody time to get in and get settled. Happy Saturday night to everyone. Woo woo. Trying to figure some things out on here, so don't mind me. Hey, Bria. You want to say hi? Come say hi. Hi. Hello, everybody. That's Bria May. Bye, Bria. Imani, are you out there? Can you share the link? Can somebody share the link? I need to share the link and it won't let me. Who's out there so far? Oh, can't put that there. Hello, hello, whoever's out there. Can you share the link with me, please? Somebody? Who's out there? Who's watching? I have 2 people watching live. Make sure you say hello. Monty, share the link with Alphanae, please. Can you give Lexi some water? We're going to be talking about what Christmas means to you. Whoop, whoop. We'll give people some more time. I cannot believe it is the week before Christmas. I don't know how that happened, how it snuck up on us so quickly. I've just been minding my business in 2021, and now all of a sudden it's Christmas time. I don't know where the year went. All of a sudden it's Christmas. I don't know. In 2 weeks it'll be 2022. Like, how did we get here? 2021 just whoosh passed quickly. A little too quickly for me, but you know, it is what it is. But it wasn't 2020, it was 2021. So it's okay. Send it to his messenger, please. The girls are not with me tonight. It's me manning the fort all by myself. So make sure you talk back to me, and anything that comes to your mind, bring it up. Is everybody out there ready for Christmas? Did everybody do all their shopping? Did everybody do everything that they needed to do? As you can see, we finished the tree that we started. It's been rainy and warm here in Charlotte, so I'm not really feeling the whole Christmas spirit, but it is Christmas time. I don't know how that's happening, but it is. Thank you, Monty. I appreciate you. I'm just giving it some time, talking on this Saturday evening. Pause from watching TV and Netflix and joining you guys live a little bit earlier. I go to bed earlier than I used to, so I can't join you at 9:30, and I'm only sipping on water. I already had my glass of wine for the day, so it's a water sip for me. I wasn't feeling the best earlier today. So, Monty, did you share that link? Yes, no, maybe. It's probably going to take some time. I can't believe I have. Thank you so much. Did you share it with me or did you share it with him? Hey, Carissa. It's Mommy all by herself tonight. I'm doing this live thing and it's hot. I'm sweating. Are you ready for Christmas, Carissa? My daughter from another mother? I feel old standing here fanning. Or sitting here fanning, I feel old. Thank you, Imani. I appreciate you. Chris, are you ready for Christmas? Is it cold in New York? Is it hot? It's hot down here. It was like 70-something degrees today. I don't appreciate that. I don't know. I mean, I appreciate it, but, I mean, could we get at least 60s, like mid-60s? 70 is just a little hot. Don't judge me. I was supposed to go get my fill today, and I didn't. So if you happen to see my nails, I'm overdue, and it is what it is. No one, yes, got to grab some last-minute stuff for the kids, and you know it's cold up here. Oh, I wish it was a little bit cooler up here. It's kind of hot down here. It's in the 70s, but it's rainy. Hello, sir. Hello, Mr. Bullock. My love. It's so nice to see you joining us. We're talking about the meaning of Christmas. To you, what does Christmas mean to you? It's hot in Maryland now that you are. That's my boo. That is my boo. It's hot here too. You just made me even warmer. Oh my gosh. So, Christmas. It comes every year. It started forever and a day ago. But it means different things to different people. I think that 2020, if it taught us nothing else, it taught us the meaning of family, the meaning of gathering together. It taught us how important those moments are to have with family. Absolutely, babe. It means family. I know that it means the birth of Christ. That's a given. Well, for me, it's a given. I was born and raised in the church, and I firmly believe in that. And I believe that it originally was supposed to mean, Bria, can you get Nia some water, please? Apologies. It was originally supposed to mean the birth of Jesus, and we were supposed to celebrate, and the gifts commemorated the wise men who brought him gifts in the manger and in the stable. But I think we've gone so far commercialized that we've totally forgotten the whole meaning of Christmas. And I don't know if 2020 taught anyone else that lesson, but family is so important. Those moments are so important. As I sat today and I thought about the fact that, you know, a lot of people do not have parents, siblings, people don't have children, people don't have grandchildren. There are people who are going to spend this holiday absolutely by themselves. And I think we don't realize that enough. And it has nothing to do with COVID. It has nothing to do with the weather. It has nothing to do with any of that. It has to do with the fact that they don't have family. And they talk about this is the most stressful time of the year. But really, should it be? Should it be so stressful because we're out buying gifts and we can't get the new PS5 because it's not on sale? Should it be stressful because we're worried about pleasing everyone and making it to everybody's house and seeing our in-laws and our outlaws and our laws and our friends and our family because everybody wants us in so many different places at once? Hey, Alicia. Hey, cuz. How are you? Should it really be that stressful because of that? Or is it stressful because we're so worried about pleasing everyone else and we're not worried about pleasing ourselves, we're not worried about pleasing our family, and we're not worried about what is really, really important? You know, this should be an easy time of the year when family just gets together and shares a meal or not, invites those family members who you haven't seen in a long time, and you just get together and you just laugh and joke and cherish those moments that you have. There's going to be family members who aren't going to make it to New Year's. There's going to be family members who won't make it to Christmas next year. There's going to be family members who didn't make it to Christmas this year. There's going to be friends who didn't make it to Christmas this year. So it's really, really important that we cherish those moments and we harness that love. I think that there's just not enough love. I think if there was more love, you know, the world would be a better place. And people say that all the time, and it's cliche, you know, if there's more love, there's more peace. If there's more love. No, if there's more love, it's better because we tolerate things. I just think that everybody's so self-absorbed and it's all about self and what I can get and what I can do and how I feel. But Christmas is a time for family. Christmas is a time for friends. Christmas is a time to remember that let's slow down. Let's take a breath. Let's pause. Let's realize that it's another day that we have to get it right. That's my saying to myself when I wake up. Every day I wake up is another day to get it right. It's another day to celebrate the people who woke up with me. It's another day to remember my friends and my family. I may not have a whole lot of friends, but the friends that I do have, it's another day to celebrate them and remind them that you love them. Tell your family that you love them. You may not like them, and that's okay. We don't always like our friends. We don't always like our family. There are people in my family who I could have done without. I won't name names, but there are. And we all have those people in our family. But that's what we got. That's what he gave us. That's what God gave us. He gave us that family. Hey, Tali. Hey, Tati. How are you guys? We're talking about what should the real meaning of Christmas be. And we're talking about how it should mean family and friends and love. That whole peace on earth. There's not a whole lot of peace on earth right now, unfortunately. That's like the worst thing. You go out and people are angry and people are mad and you can't see people's smiling faces anymore because they've got on masks or they're just upset or they're scared. You know, I've really talked to a whole lot of people who are just scared nowadays when they go out. We just got to be better. We've got to be better representatives of just what mankind is. Monty, we know you got some people in the family you could have did without. We all do. We all do. We'll start at... No, I'm not going to mention names. But, you know, this is a time for the human nature to stop, to go back and remember that it took a village. When I was younger, growing up where I grew up back home in New York, Lockport, and I grew up on a little street, little dead-end street. Like I saw this meme or I saw something on Facebook talking about if people put out tables in their front yards and just neighbors gathered together, how much better a world it would be. We literally had that table. We had a picnic table that we sat out in the front yard, and it was on the side, and it was where the neighbors would gather together. We would have picnics. My dad would go out there and sit and just talk with the other neighbor. The kids would play. Everybody knew everybody. You didn't worry about all the foolishness that you worry about now. Like even here in my new home, I speak to my neighbors. I say hello. You don't know what that means to people. A simple hi, a simple smile. You have no idea how that can totally change somebody's day. And that's somebody who I have always tried to be. Somebody who can shift the atmosphere. And Tati, they weren't here, not on purpose. Mom had to get ready at the last minute because one of them started sipping way before the talk, so she couldn't join the talk. The other one's having technical difficulties, but it's raining bad here in Charlotte, so we knew we weren't going to be together. We were supposed to go live in different places and pull it together, but Mom to the rescue, because that's what I do, Tati. That's what I do, you know. But I've always tried to be that light. Oh, thank you, Tati. I love you. I have always tried to be that light that the world needs. And some days are easier than others. Because it's been a rough one. It's been a little hectic lately. But I think all of us can be that light. All of us can smile. Can you smile at somebody and not always have a resting bitch face? Can you smile? Can you just hit a smile? Do you have to be mad at the cashier because she's going slow? She might be new. Maybe it's her first day. I literally ran into a cashier like that. She was like, I am so sorry. I'm going so slow. I'm new. I was like, I don't have anywhere to be. And even if I did, me getting frustrated and upset with her would have made it even worse. Like, come on. Let's be real. Let's honestly be real. Where do any of us have to be that it's worth being rude about? Whether we're driving, because I heard somebody who was on the phone earlier today honking at people, telling them to get out of their way. Ha ha, ha ha. I heard that. But really, like, where do we have to be? Like, what do we have to do that's so important that we just crap on people's day? It's so wrong. Like, it's so dysfunctional. We've all been that person who has had that day that we needed somebody's grace. You need grace every once in a while, and it's up to us to give it. Because if we expect people to give it to us, we have to give it away first. So I'm going to teach you all a little lesson. Everybody wants. We want our hands to be full. We want finances. We want love. We want grace. We want mercy. We want forgiveness. We want so many things that fill our hands. But if your hands are completely full of all of the things that you want, how do you have the room to get them? You have to give things away and empty your hands in order to get something back. You can't get what you need back if your hands are completely full. If you want love, give love. If you want peace, give peace. If you want finances, give finances. I'm not saying you have to give away everything that you have, but it's the law of reciprocation. You have to give what you want to get. And that's what we need to focus on this holiday season. So many of us are talking about, I want peace, but we're raising hell. How you want peace and you're raising hell? How does that work? How do you expect peace to come back to you when all you're doing is raising hell? How do you want financial blessings or more money when you hold on to every dollar that you have and heaven forbid somebody asks you for 50 cents? How do you expect it to come back to you? How do you want love when you're working around with the sourpuss face and you're never giving anyone any kind of love? How is that supposed to come back to you? It has to be a world where you give first and get later. I promise you, it will come back to you. I promise you, if you give peace, peace will come back to you. If you give love, love will come back to you. If you start smiling at people, guess what happens? People smile back. Don't tell anybody I told you that secret. But if you smile at people and you're nice, guess what? People smile and they're nice back to you. Now, will it happen 100% of the time? No. Whatever. But all you can do is do what you're supposed to do. Be who you're supposed to be. And let the rest of the world figure it out. But we gotta stop. We just gotta stop being mean and spiteful and hateful and ungrateful. We just gotta stop. We're not gonna get anywhere. We're gonna see ourselves in riots and pandemics and political wars and regular wars. We're just going to see ourselves in a turmoil and in a world that we never wanted. We never wanted for our children, for our grandchildren. We don't even want this foolishness for ourselves. But it's where we are, and the only people who can change it is us. I don't know. I'm kind of on a tangent. Yes, Tati, the world got ugly. It got real ugly. People want to kill people or they're just ignorant. Yeah, it does. It makes me worried for my kids and my grandkids. It really does. You guys talk back to me. I don't want to just ramble on and just keep talking. But, you know, there are certain things that are near and dear to my heart. And this happens to be one of them. Like there needs to be more love in the world. There needs to be more tolerance. There needs to be more grace. Give people grace. If people are running late, give them grace. Now, I'm not saying that if people are running late every day and you work with them and they just can't get their stuff together, that you give them grace. But you have no idea the battles that people fight behind closed doors. Ooh, that's a deep one. You don't know the battles that people fight behind closed doors. You don't know if they're caring for loved ones at home and someone fell. Their older parent fell or their older aunt or uncle fell. You don't know if they've got a special needs child. You don't know if they're dealing with a health battle that they have to deal with. And it doesn't always have to be something super serious. Like, what if they're just dealing with depression? What if it took everything that they had in them to get up out of the bed this morning and make it to where they're supposed to be? Give people a little more grace. Just be a little nicer. It doesn't cost you a thing. It's absolutely free for you to smile. Believe me, it's free for you to smile, even if people don't smile back. It's free for you to smile. It's free for you to give people grace. It costs you nothing. You don't know what that person is dealing with. I've learned so many things about people and friends and family over the years and coworkers. I had no idea the stuff that they were dealing with. This work from home culture, it's not all gravy. It's not all, oh, I wish I could work from home. Some people wish they could go into the office. I'm not necessarily one of them. But some people wish they could go into the office. Like, they are dealing with total chaos at their homes. You don't know what people are struggling with. Give them that grace. Hi, I don't want to pronounce your name wrong, Yak, but I think that's your name. Hello. Thank you so much for joining the live. We're talking about what Christmas and the holiday season means to you. Tati, I know you lost your baby father and little brother behind gun violence. And the world it's so quick to kill somebody over a word. It's so quick to take somebody out. Hey, little Idell, I didn't know that was you. Hey, little Idell, I haven't seen you in forever and a day. Hope all is well with you and your family. But people are so quick to take somebody out over, you made me mad. Like, really? Is it that serious? Is it that serious that somebody has to lose a life because you're in your feelings? If everybody acted out on their feelings, has anybody seen The Purge? If you haven't seen The Purge, yeah. If everybody acted out on their feelings, where would any of us be? Because we've all harmed someone at some point in time in our lives. We've all made somebody mad. We've all done something that is not nice to another person. All of us, me, everybody on this live included, we've all done something we regret. But if we were judged on that one thing that we did that we regret and we didn't get another chance to get it right, where would we be? We'd all be gone. Everybody in the world would be gone. There would be no world left because there's no perfect people in the world. I don't know. Anything you guys want to talk about? I'm going to the smart good during a purge. I don't even know. Oh, the hood during a purge. I don't know what I would do. We were talking about what would we do if the zombies came back. Well, not back, but we watch a little bit of The Walking Dead in our family and other zombie movies. What would you do if the zombies came? If there was a zombie apocalypse, right, like tomorrow, what would you do? See, Tati, I love you, Tati. It's okay to cry. I know I said back like we had zombies before. That's what happens when you watch movies. Tati, I want to tell you something, and I want you to listen to me very carefully. Depression is real. Depression can get the best of you. Depression can take you completely out of here. But I want you to do this. When you feel like you need to cry, Tati, I need you to cry. Because the more that you hold it in, the worse it's going to blow up. And I can speak to Tati this way because I know Tati. When you feel like you're going to cry, I'll get to you, Al. When you feel like you're going to cry, Tati, cry. Let it out. Cry. Cry. And then you know what you do? You pick yourself up and you go on. You've got babies. You've got nieces and nephews. You've got family. You've got people who are counting on you. And you know what? It's okay to break sometimes. But after you break, put it back together again. Pull it together and go another day. And it's okay. It's all right to be depressed. It's okay to be sad. We all go through it. We just don't all talk about it. I love you, Tati. If you ever need me, I'm here. Because that's what I learned the other day. It's okay to let it go. It's okay to cry about it and keep it pushing. It just is. So, Mr. Bullock, Al, like, you're really going to let the zombies in? We need to talk about that. we need to talk about that. Why are you letting the zombies in? You just ready to go? You just ready to be gone? I said I was ready to go. If zombies come and the world turns into zombies, I told the girls I was ready. Just let me go. They talking about some, no, Mom. Me and Jesus going to be sitting up in heaven watching y'all. Because I'm ready. I'm ready to go. So if the zombies have to come and take me out. They're talking about Marcus, my son-in-law, talking about, well, I should say my son because not really my son-in-law, but my son-in-law was talking about they're going to strap me somewhere, put me in a cell, and protect me. Why? Why? There are zombies that are living. There's zombies everywhere. That's a whole nother thing to talk about. Because while we're talking about zombies, like if you think about it in like the spiritual sense, even though those zombies have to bite you, people's attitudes can infect you. All it takes is a person having a bad day and suddenly you find yourself having a bad day, or somebody snapped at you at work and now you're snapping at other people. But that's a whole nother topic. That's why we need more love and we need more grace so that we don't carry out that foolishness to other people. What else is going on in the world? I'm here. I'm ready to talk to you all, as you can tell. What else do you want to hear about? Thank you, Monty. You can give me up. That's fine. I'll give up. That's fine. You can give me up. I'm going to see Jesus. It's okay. I don't mind. Is anybody baking cookies? Do people bake for Christmas? I don't bake. I break and bake. Whenever people say, oh, can you bake something? I sure can. Break and bake. I can cook, but I'm not a baker. We're going to give up Al? No, we can't give up Al. No. I need him. We can't give him up. What else? What else were we supposed to talk about? I need you, Al. We can't give you up. So we got to fight the zombies. Or just stay in the house, me and you together, and just ride it out until, we run out of food or something. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, we love you too, Tati. Yeah, I wish I was closer to my people back home. I don't know. The way my life is set up and going right now, I may be closer sooner than you think. That's a whole nother story as well. People all in my business. But I'm just saying. What else? What else has happened in the world? Oh! Okay, so this is some bullshh talk. Did anybody see the video of the girl? The woman, she had just gotten married. She was at her reception, and she decided she was going to do a stripper-type dance for her husband. And when I say stripper-type dance for her husband, she had, you right, Tati. She had on like a little outfit, and the whole butt part was out, and it was like a thong, and she had little sequins hanging around, and she was grinding on him like they were at the strip club. Is that appropriate at your wedding reception? Because to me, that sounds like when we get to the honeymoon, I'm going to dance for you, and that's going to be a private dance. Like, not a woohoo stripper type at the reception with our friends and family. That's just inappropriate. Because now all of her man's, not just his boys, but his family, their friends, it was just too much. I needed somebody to stop her. I needed her bridesmaids to not be backup dancers and to tell her, no, I'm not doing this. You're not doing this. We're not going out like this. I don't care if she was a stripper. And that's how they met, and that's what she does as a profession. Not on your wedding day, not at your reception. There are just some things, I wouldn't do it at my wedding, but behind closed doors. Yes! Behind closed doors. Because if we're going to be real and we're going to talk about it, if you want your man to be your man, you better freak him behind closed doors. That's all I'm going to say about that. Your mother-in-law would have tried to cast a demon. Your mother-in-law, your almost new brother-in-law would have. I would have been trying to cast a demon out. I don't know what I would have done. I know none of my girls wouldn't have done that. I would have went on the dance floor and snatched somebody up. I'm being completely honest. And I would have told them, if they were even thinking about that, look, you give him the show of his life when y'all leave this little reception and when you're behind closed doors. You show him everything that you got and that you've been holding back that you haven't showed him yet. Show it all. Show it all. But don't show it all to me. I don't want to see that. I don't want to know. She did her thing, but it just wasn't time appropriate. Let's talk about that. There's a time and a place for just about anything. There's a time to be a freak. There's a time to keep it clean. There's a time to go hard. There's a time to tell people off. There's a time and a place for everything. What we as adults need to do is we need to start remembering the time and the place for certain things. Everything does not deserve the time. The husband should have stopped her. Oh, he was all excited. He was laid back in the chair, which I get, but any respectful man would have said, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. And any respectful woman wouldn't have tried it. But that's just me. That's just my own personal opinion. I see that people are different. And if that's you, that's you. But I wouldn't have sat in the reception watching. Now, depending on what they served, I might have turned my back and continued to eat. I'm just saying, if the food was good, I don't have to watch. But I would not have watched that foolishness go on, because that's just doing a little bit too much. Yeah. That's doing way too much. And that was not appropriate at all. And I said it because I can. What else is going on out there in the world? Monty, what else were we supposed to talk about? I know we were supposed to talk about a couple of things. Gosh, what else? Anybody have anything else that's going on in their world? Still, my friend's going to try her, and they sure are going to try her. If they haven't already tried, don't act like a hoe in front of people. They'll treat you like one. Don't act like what you're not and expect and get mad at people for treating you what you act like. If it looks like a duck and it acts like a duck, it's a duck. I'm just saying. Carry yourself better than that. But clearly her man wasn't concerned with how she carried herself, because he married her and he let it happen. So, just saying. Not Affleck. Hey, Lexi. Hello, how are you, Lexi? I miss you too. You're another one of my daughters. Let me talk about how I miss my kids in New York. And when I say kids, for those of you that don't know, back home, I am everybody's mama. Like, when I walked in the school to get my kids and pick up my kids, I heard ma. When I tell you that was one of the hardest things about moving down here is leaving my kids. Oh my gosh, I love all of you guys. Like, that's that's like real love, not like fake love, not like woohoo, I kind of like, no, I love all of you guys because all of you guys are special to me in your own way. And I love and appreciate, I'm getting choked up. Sorry. I love and appreciate the time that you all allowed me to spend with you. And I hope you pass that on to other children, whether it be your children or somebody else that you see. Please pass that on. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Yes, I remember. I was so close. I'm going to tell the story because this is how close I was. I would go to all the performances. If kids ran track, I went to track. If they played basketball, I went to basketball games, even when my children were not performing. And I had an innate sense to see things that happened sometimes before they even happened. And there was a situation where Tati was on stage performing and they were doing a drill and she accidentally got hit. I'm going to say accidentally. And I saw it before anybody else saw it and took off running because I know my Tati is going to fight, and had to wrestle her and hold her on the ground so that she didn't get expelled from school. That's the type of stuff. The type of stuff where I've been in handcuffs, not because I ever did anything wrong, but because I was protecting one of my children and not my biological child. And the police thought I was inciting a fight. Come to find out I wasn't. I was one of the parents who was on the scene who protected all the children from the other grown folks who were fighting and stabbing and doing all the other stuff. But I love y'all. Like, I really, really love y'all. And I hope that at least one thing that I've done has shown you unconditional love, and that it's possible and that it's out there. So we're not going to talk about that anymore because I'm going to be crying. And I'm a little crazy on here crying and shedding tears. As Monty can tell you, I've just gotten so emotional in my older age. Yes, I'm older, I'm not old, but I'm just emotional because I just feel the love. I honestly, you did, Tati? Yay! Thank you for passing it on. I honestly haven't felt this loved in a long time. I don't know if ever. I've got some really good people in my corner right now. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to feel the love that I feel right now and to feel the peace and the joy that I feel right now. It's been a long time coming, and I hope it stays for a long time. What else is going on in the world? I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh, if you guys have not seen the show Harlem on Amazon Prime, ladies, you definitely need to watch it because it's just, I don't even know what to say. Super funny. You might cry a little bit. I cried a little bit. But I will say the one thing that show did teach me, and yes, Al Bullock told me to watch that show, and it was worth every episode that I watched. There was 10 episodes. That show really made me realize that time is short and you can't be afraid of what other people say, and you can't be afraid to step out and do what you want to do for love. So everybody who's in relationships and friendships and family ships, but especially relationships. Let's talk about relationships. Should we talk about relationships? Should we? Oh, thank y'all for being, I appreciate being an OG. Oh, y'all gonna make me cry. Y'all really, really gonna make me cry, and I'm trying not to. I'm doing good. I haven't cried. Okay, we shouldn't talk about relationships. Okay, we won't talk about relationships. You got to get in on what, Monty? Yeah, I told you to watch Harlem on Amazon Prime. You've got the login. If you don't, message me and I'll send you the login. It's really, really good. Like, it's 10 episodes, season 1. I'm waiting on season 2 to come out. Watch it. It'll change your perspective on life. Make you think about things. The last time could really be the last time. Ooh, the relationship. Ooh, somebody send me a relationship question in the chat. I'm going to answer questions on relationships. That's what I'm going to do. It's called Harlem, Lexi. Literally just Harlem, the word. It's got Megan Good in it. It's got, what was the girl's name from Empire, the light-skinned girl? What was her? Was that Boo Boo Kitty? She's in it. It's got some really good people in it. But it's really, really good. My relationships was good. Now I don't want it. These guys ain't loyal or they annoy me. How do you feel about time apart in a relationship? Now, when you say time apart, okay, we can talk about the relationships again, but I'm going to answer questions based on Lady Empress. Time apart in a relationship, Lexi, when you say time apart, do you mean that you don't spend all of your time together? Or do you mean that you take time off from a relationship? I need you to be specific. Because there's two different things. Because I will be completely honest. I am in a a long-distance relationship. So we spend a lot of time apart. But I have never felt more loved in a relationship than I do now. And that's just honest. Like, I've never felt closer to somebody than I do now. It just clicks. Like, you guys spend time together all the time, then they just want to have alone time. That could mean a couple of things. But one thing you missed earlier is you don't know what people are dealing with. Even in relationships, guys, we think we know our significant other and we think we know everything that they've got going on, but we don't always know. So I'm not one who assumes that because somebody wants to spend time apart from me, that they want space from me. They may just need space. They may need space to figure out what's going on in the relationship. They may need space to figure out what's going on in their lives. You guys are at a pivotal point in your lives. You guys are in your 20s and your early, Marcus is in his early 30s, but you guys are in a time in your life that you're still figuring yourselves out. And it's hard to figure yourself out when you're constantly with someone else. It's hard to have your own thoughts when your thoughts are always centered around the person that you're with. Because sometimes I just need time to myself to just think. It has nothing to do with the other person. It has nothing to do with anyone else. But it took me a long time to figure out, number one, what I wanted and who I wanted to be. We always talk about what do you want to be when you grow up? And everybody has these different things that they want to be when they grow up. But who I was when I was 20 is different than who I was when I was 25. Different than 30, different than 35, different than 40, different than 45. Excuse me. We evolve as people and we change. Now, what you should have is an open enough relationship that you can ask a question. And I need you to ask the question without judging the answer. That's a good one. Why is she FaceTiming me as though I'm not? You need to be prepared to ask questions without judging the answers. If you're going to, somebody call Jima and see what's going on. She done said, please call me. Monty, drop and call Jima and see what's going on, please. If you are in a relationship where you can't ask questions or you ask questions with a prejudgment that you have, then you're not in a really good relationship. Your significant other should be able to talk to you and open up to you, and your significant other should be able to say, I don't really want to talk about it, and you don't get mad. Because there's some things you just may not want to talk about. But you should have a healthy enough relationship where you can ask some questions and be prepared for the answers. Don't ask for the truth if you're not ready for the truth. If you're not ready for that person to possibly say to you, I don't want to be with you anymore, and I'm just trying to figure out how to tell you that, don't ask the question. Don't ask a question and ask for the truth if you can't handle the truth. I'm just saying. But I think that's going to be our next topic for conversation, relationship. Ma'am, this dude is 40 and he wants to be in a relationship with me. Oh, no, Tati. No. I'm not even trying to hear that. He's too old. You're too young. I'm not trying to hear it. There's nothing he can do for you other than pay your bills, and we're not those type of women. But I think we're going to talk about relationships more on our next Sip and Talk. I am going to go because I am my children's lifeline. And for her to call me and tell me to call her, something is definitely going on with my child. And I don't take that lightly. And my children are very important to me. But I will do this more often. I will have a sip and talk with Lady Empress at least once a month where we can talk. I love you all. Thank you all for joining. Have a great week and have a good night. Deuces.